Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday edition of Morning Motivator. I love it when we have new guests on the call. Thank you, my love. Look at that fresh coffee. Look at that, just delivered. Look, fresh. Can't really see it, but there's fresh coffee in there. There it is. There you can. I'll get back here. There you go. Fresh coffee. Can you smell it? Can probably still see the steam. No, not quite, but yum, yum. It's my kitty cat mug. Do you love my kitty cat mug? Let's see if it'll focus in there. Got to work on my camera. Why it's out of focus. It takes time to focus in on something. You can see I got lots of cute little kitties on there. I love my cup. Got that for my 60th birthday. How's everyone doing today? And welcome, a special warm welcome to Patricia. Great to have you here. I do want to remind you guys, we've got the direct link to the room up in your browser window. Go to Facebook, post the link, invite your friends to come and join us. You doing better today, Claudia? Awesome. Did you do some of the exercises you know? Did you make your list? Did you make your list, Claudia? So Patricia, what we do here at Morning Motivator is we meet every Tuesday to Friday right now, 4 days a week. And for the first half hour, we usually read, talk, discuss. We're reading from different motivational books, and we've been reading a lot of books about the law of attraction. And we are in our third reading of Ask and It Is Given. Learning to manifest your desires. If my camera decides to focus a bit, this is by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So Ask and It Is Given. Awesome book. We are on chapter 9, the hidden value behind your emotional reactions. Oh, we could have used this one yesterday. Yesterday we're here for each other. That's really what the Morning Motivator is about. We're here to help you focus on being happy, help you understand that being happy, believe it or not, is the secret to the universe. It's the secret to manifesting anything and everything you want in your life is by learning to be happy now and focusing on all the things that you want and being in the state of mind that you already have them. And allowing life to happen, because once you recognize that you are the creator of your world, so if things aren't the way you want them to be, you need to recognize that you attracted all of that into your world. And so the only way to unattract all that into your world is to start focusing on you. Start tailoring your life to be more the way you want it. So Claudia was having some challenges yesterday, so we had her do an exercise. Claudia did the exercise help. When you made that list of possible solutions with no judgment and just making that list of all the solutions that could possibly take place over, and all of a sudden you're looking at it going, I'm really not stuck. I really do have options. And all of a sudden, I know for me, when I see that I have options, I feel better. I'm really glad you feel better. Possibly you've got more clear direction in your life, and you know what you want to do. And maybe you don't yet know what you want to do, but you know that there's other solutions out there, and you can just let them sit, and you don't need to do anything right now. You just need to feel better. Do we get that? It's not about taking action this very minute to make something happen. It's about feeling better right now. Regardless of what's going on in your life, it's about looking at what's going right in your life and focusing on all those things so that you can feel better now. You cannot tailor make the situations in life, but you can tailor make the attitudes to fit the situations. I'm glad you found solutions, as long as you made a list of solutions for everything. That's really, working on your husband is really about working on you, Claudia, right? So you've got your solutions on how you can change your attitude towards your kids, right? You can't change your kids. Remember that. He read your list. Good. Because I know he's on board with you. He simply has an addiction. It's not his fault. it's his fault. He started the addiction, but he has an addiction. And that's a very challenging thing to deal with. But it seems to me when he's not in his addictive state, he's a pretty awesome guy. Sometimes that's a little difficult to deal with, though, right? And so you know what you need to do. The hidden value behind your emotional reactions. Patricia, I'm not sure where you are on all of this, where you are on the law of attraction and understanding that your thoughts create things and that you created everything that's in your life right now because of the thoughts you think. You found your book. And that, again, Claudia, all you can do is work on you and recognize the awesome guy he is, recognize he has an addiction, and do what you can to help you so that you can help him. It's really all you can do. And I'm pretty sure that's what it says in the Al-Anon book. So you got to do that, right? And you can't allow yourself to get stuck in the day-to-day stuff that's happening. Because then all of a sudden, there you are in that place like you were yesterday, right? And you didn't need to get there. Had you recognized the little things every step of the way, if you'd have been really mindful and conscious of everything going on every day and taking care of feelings every day, every minute of the day, you wouldn't have got there. I think we all see that in our lives. The hidden value behind your emotional reactions. We're on page 43 of the book. You can go to the Morning Motivator website and you will find the book on the right-hand side. There's also a page there that's recommended reading. I do recommend you get this book. Page 43. Oh, by the way, Patricia, we do our reading discussion for about a half hour until the bottom of the hour, and then we meditate. So we do a guided meditation for 15 minutes, and then we do a bit more discussion and finish up. There you go. These things do change, Claudia. That's awesome news that she stuck up for you. That's good. So that's the first step, and good for you for recognizing it because that's really, really important. Okay, here we go. Your sense of sight is different from your sense of hearing, and your sense of smell is different from your sense of touch. But even though they're different, they are all vibrational interpretations. In other words, when you approach a hot stove, your sense of sight does not necessarily tell you that the stove is hot. Your sense of hearing and your senses of taste or smell are not usually the way you recognize a hot stove either. But as you approach the stove with your body, the sensors in your skin let you know that the stove is hot. You were born with sensitive, evolved, sophisticated translators of vibrations that help you understand and define your experience. And in the same way that you utilize your 5 senses to interpret your physical life experience, you were born with other sensors, your emotions, which are further vibrational interpreters that help you understand in the moment the experiences that you are living. So yesterday, Claudia, you understood you were not in a very good space, were you? At all. Hey, Margaret. Welcome, welcome. Emotions are indicators of your point of attraction. Think about that for a minute. Your emotions are indicators of your point of attraction. The good thing is, it's only an indicator. So once you recognize your emotions, boy, oh boy, you do like Claudia does. You find the ad and she recognizes, I'm not feeling good, things are wrong, and you come and you complain about it. And then we help you turn it around. Pretty good, eh? And Claudia, I think you're getting closer to recognizing now that you just have to recognize you don't feel good and that you don't need to focus on all the things that are wrong and all the things that you hate about what's going on in your life. You need to focus on feeling better. Your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational content of your being in every moment. And so when you become aware of the feeling of your emotions, you can also be aware of your vibrational offering. And once you combine your knowledge of the law of attraction with your in this moment awareness of what your vibrational offering is, then you will have full control of your own powerful point of attraction. With this knowledge, you can now guide your life in any way you choose. Doesn't that feel good? full control of your own powerful point of attraction. I think Claudia recognized in a big way that you didn't have full control, even though you thought you did. Things were still happening. We'll get them turned around. Hey, Robin. Your emotions, simply, purely, and only, are about your relationship with your source. And since your emotions tell you everything that you would ever want or need to know about your relationship with your source, we often refer to your emotions as your emotional guidance system. Yeah, you went backwards, and good for you to recognize it, Claudia. And it's important to recognize when you're going backwards so that you can stop and snap yourself out of it. And you know what, you recognized it, but you really didn't know what to do because you got caught up in going backwards, right? You got caught up in going backwards. You got caught up in the habits you were used to. That's what happens. Welcome to life. We get caught up in those habits that have become beliefs. And we believe all those things we see telling ourselves, and then we start feeling terrible. So good for you to recognize that, Claudia. When you made the decision to come forth into this physical body, you fully understood your eternal connection to source energy, and you knew that your emotions would be constant indicators that would let you know in every moment your current relationship with source energy. And so, understanding the powerful guidance that you have eternal access to, you felt no sense of risk, no sense of confusion, only a sense of adventure and true exhilaration. Emotions are indicators of your alignment with source energy. I'm going to check on you guys on your emotions. I want you to think about how you're feeling today. Now, we have an emotional scale in this book. It is on page 114. And the emotions go from down at the bottom of fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness, which is number 22, all the way up to number 1, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation. And in between that, from fear, we go up to insecurity. We're reading Ask and It Is Given, Robin, again. We've got fear, then we have insecurity, jealousy. If any of these ring true for you, let us know. Hatred, revenge, anger, discouragement. Claudia was way down in some of those yesterday. Blame, worry, doubt, disappointment, overwhelmment, frustration, pessimism, boredom. Now we're getting better. Contentment, hopefulness. Claudia's all the way up to hopefulness already. Isn't that awesome? That's number 6. And optimism, that's number 5. Positive expectation, enthusiasm, passion, all the way up to joy. Any of those ring true for any of you? Emotions are indicators of your alignment with source energy. Your emotions indicate the degree of your alignment with source. Although you can never achieve such a complete misalignment with source that you disconnect from it altogether, the thoughts that you choose to give your attention to do give you a substantial range in alignment or misalignment with the non-physical energy that is truly who you are. And so with time and practice, you will come to know in every moment your degree of alignment with who you really are. For when you are in full allowance of the energy of your source, you thrive. And to the degree that you do not allow this alignment, you do not thrive. It's easy to fall back into old habits, isn't it, Claudia? I suspect this was a good lesson for you, and maybe even another good wake-up call, like, whoa, I got stuck on this stuff. And then once you see something that's wrong and it irritates you, And you get focused on that irritated feeling, and then you start noticing this is wrong, and this is wrong, and I'm ticked off about this, and before you know it, your whole day has gone to hell in a handbasket. You are empowered beings. You are utterly free to create. And when you know that, and are focused upon things that are in vibrational harmony with that, you feel absolute joy. But when you think thoughts that are contrary to that truth, you feel the opposite emotions of disempowerment and bondage. And all emotions fall somewhere within that range, from joy to disempowerment. Well, we're doing it now, Claudia. You had other work to do yesterday. You had other work to do yesterday. You had to get yourself to see solutions. You were really stuck. You were stuck that there was nothing you could do. You were stuck with this stuckedness. We had to find you. So what happened is exactly what needed to happen, Claudia. You know that. Use your emotions to feel your way back to well-being. And that's what we're working on now, Claudia. And the truth is, Claudia, you had the book. You could have read this chapter yesterday. Am I right? A little bit? You could have done the work. Moving up. In fact, I suggested that you do a game. I mean, that's why I had you do what you did, was because I thought it would help you move up the scale. And it appears that it did. Well, hopefully Patricia comes back. Use your emotions to feel your way back to well-being. Okay, I think this is a really important thing to talk about here. You need to feel your way back to well-being. So if you're not experiencing everything you want in your life and you don't have that pure positive joy happening all the time because there's people in your life who are different than you. Heaven forbid there are people in your life who have opinions and do things that you don't approve of. My goodness. Use your emotions to feel your way back to well-being. When you think a thought that rings true with you, with who you really are, you feel harmony coursing through your physical body. Joy, love, and a sense of freedom are examples of that alignment. And when you think thoughts that do not ring true with who you really are, you feel the disharmony in your physical body. Depression, fear, feelings of bondage are examples of that misalignment. I love it, Claudia. I love you woke up with that in the morning. That's one of my favorite things to have happen. That's when I want to get up there and just strangle somebody. It's like, whoa. Now, I have lots of squigglies here on this chapter, on this paragraph. In the same way that sculptors mold clay into the creation that pleases them, you create by molding energy. You mold it through your power of focus, by thinking about things, remembering things, and imagining things. You focus the energy when you speak, when you write, when you listen, when you're silent, and when you remember, and when you imagine. You focus it through the projection of thought. Like the sculptors who with time and practice learn to mold the clay into the precise desired creation, you can learn to mold the energy that creates worlds through the focus of your own mind. And like the sculptors who with their hands feel their way as they recreate their vision, you will use your emotions to feel your way to well-being. Does that make sense to you guys? Can you understand the analogy of being a sculptor and molding your life by focusing on the energy when you speak? The energy when you write, the energy when you listen, the energy when you're silent, the energy when you remember, And imagine it's the energy, it's that feeling inside of you. And if that feeling is anything but other than pure positive joy, then you need to do something to change the feeling. You need to change your thoughts. You can learn to mold the energy that creates worlds through the focus of your own mind. You will use your emotions to feel your way to well-being. Now what happens is, as we saw, because we've been watching Claudia fly on her high-flying disc for a while now, haven't we? Claudia, I hope you don't mind me putting you out there again. Since you volunteered yourself so eloquently yesterday for help, you are such a perfect example of what happens. We get on our high-flying disc. Everything is going along like we want it to. Life is amazing. You know, everything's going the way that everything seems to be coming to us, and everything's getting better, and everybody's cooperating, and all of a sudden, somebody turns their music on at 2 o'clock in the morning for no reason. Somebody's thoughtless. Somebody makes a mistake. Somebody does something that irritates you. Something out there happens. What happens is you took your eye off your goal. You took your eye off the goal. You looked at something else somewhere along the line, and something happened. And instead of getting back on our high-flying disc first, because that's a really hard thing to remember to do because we react. It's how we react, how we respond, right? And so, Claudia, you're still stuck on it, okay? You're still stuck on what happened. You're still stuck on the negative feelings of what happened. And so you really got to work through those and recognize, I got to quit thinking about that. I got to quit talking about it. And I have to put into action the solutions I know will prevent that from happening again. Do you get what I'm saying? That's good that she stood up for you. But you get what I'm saying? When we continue to tell the same story, now you're telling it a little differently, you know, except I can still feel your feelings when you say that he didn't even apologize and says, I don't have to work in the morning. Showed a little rudeness. You were annoyed, but even when you say it, when you type it here, it doesn't feel good. It's so annoying to him. But you know what? Then you changed your feelings. You said, but Sarah stuck up for me. I'm just going to remember that. Sarah stuck up for me. We had it, and instead of going back and, yep, he has no manners. You know that, Claudia. You've known that all along. For some reason, your daughter still loves him. It's not up to you to choose who she just chooses to love or not love. That's up to her. All that you can do is love her. She will find her own way. My children have been with people I didn't necessarily approve of all through their lives, especially when they were younger. And they found their way. They found their way. Well, that's what you have to focus on. You can't focus on what you don't like about him. And the more you talk about it, the more you are creating those feelings, and those feelings take you back to the habits. Do you get that? So quit talking about it and just focus on, I'm so excited that Sarah stood up for me. Our relationship is closer. I just need to remember that. I don't know why she loves him. She'll find her own way. I just need to love her. And put into place solutions so that things like that don't happen. Yeah, there you go. Now you know what to do about it because you made a list of solutions. Isn't that cool? You need to adjust your attitude to live a happy life. You can't make choices for other people. We cannot choose who our children fall in love with. We cannot choose what path they decide to take. John and I have 6 children between us, and I can tell you that they are 6 very different children. All 6 of them, very different. And they have all chosen very different paths in life. And at this point in life, they're all doing really, really well. The youngest is still trying to find her wings, but she's doing really, really well. Was it always that way? And I mean, let me see here. I have to look at my book because I don't really know how old everybody is just from the top of my head, although I should. I know how old my children are. But Maggie just turned 27. Okay, that's our baby. And I recognize that, you know, they've been through a lot, our kids. They've been through an awful lot of challenges. They've made some decisions. I mean, she's 27. She's already been married and divorced. So she's been through a lot. She's already learned some things. She's a pretty awesome woman, and we get to see her this weekend. I'm excited about that. I don't think about the mistakes that she's made. I don't think about the choices that she's made that maybe we don't approve of or I don't approve of. It's got nothing to do with me, and we had to learn that the hard way. And we had to, you know, make decisions with all our kids along the way at some point when it wasn't good for us. You know, we just said, sorry, no. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, her brain's fully formed. She should be good now. She's over 20, and she'll make those decisions. And it's just welcome to life as a parent. It's not always fun, ever. No, it is. It gets more and more fun. But you know what? There's always challenges with our kids. Even, you know, my daughter's going to be 40 next year, and she has challenges. Do you guys all remember? I'm pretty sure everybody here's over 40. I don't know if you remember your 30s and what it was like to go through your 30s. It's a challenging time in anyone's life, right? It's a challenging time being 20. It's always, I mean, but I got to tell you that you get to a point at some point, like now, when you just change the way you think. And I'm really excited that I have such a good relationship with my girls now, and they're all on board with the law of attraction, and they're working really diligently to be better people and to be happy. There you go. I gave her a big hug and said, I love you. That's all you can do. And then that feel good? That's what you have to focus on. That's really what the point I'm making here, Claudia, is that for all of us, because we all get stuck in it. It's not just you. And you've been, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times. Thank you, because you've been such a good example. Yeah, there's times when I hug my kids and I go to let go and they just hang on, and it's like, yeah, give me more hug. I like this. Hugs work. Okay, you can tailor make your attitude. You really can. What shall we meditate to today, my friends? We're going to meditate for 15 minutes. It's that time of the hour. We have 4 Abraham meditations, and we have 3 Laurie Granger meditations. Any preferences out there? Today is Thursday. You guys pick. I'm open to anything. Anyone? Let's see some activity. Esther, healing. Okay, so we want some. Carl wants Laurie. Robin wants Esther. With healing, I'm not sure what you mean. With Esther, we have money, general, relationships, and physical. Physical. Claudia wants physical. I think that Robin's look at money. Robin wants money. Any more requests? I love the money one. They're all really good. They all make you feel good. They all make you physically feel good, because all of the Esther videos and all the Esther meditations are about you breathing. And the more you focus on that odd breathing, the more you stop thinking. And the more you stop thinking, the more you allow yourself to be connected to Source. Do we really get that? Any more requests out there? Because we got 3 different requests. Anyone? You guys are awfully quiet today, which is fine. Anyone? No requests? Now let me think here. I think we'll do some money meditation today. We'll let Robin have her way, because Claudia, I love you, sweetie, but we usually give in to you. Oh, you want physical too, Lynn. Look at, you just want to be up there to boost up Claudia. All right, you guys win. I'm all about the majority here. Physical it is. All right, so just like all of our Esther meditations, sit back. All right, so you want money. All right, are you okay with money, Lynn? Because, I mean, money is my favorite. It really is. I love the idea of money being a vibration, and we can really create it. Okay, so remember, I do recommend you close your eyes. If you're not going to close your eyes, just watch the video. You need to let your mind clear. But close your eyes, relax, listen to Esther, focus on your breathing. Get your breathing going. 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. You can even ignore all the words. Just get the beat of the music and breathe and breathe. And when you get that flowing, then you can let the words of Esther in. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Breathe well. Enjoy. See you soon.
We are going to stand for a while in your physical shoes and speak words that are of greatest advantage to you. Breathe in, breathe out. We want to help you find the vibrational stance to allow financial abundance to flow into your personal experience. Breathe in, breathe out. The stream of abundance flows generously, and it is right and it is time for you to receive your share. This will not be difficult for you to do, and it will not take much time, because you are already well along the way. Breathe in, breathe out. There is power in the words that you are hearing, and in time your resistance will subside and your allowing will begin. As your resistance is replaced with allowing, as doubt is replaced with belief, your abundance will become evident. Breathe in, breathe out. Our words will help you to shift your feeling about money from worry or concern to eagerness and fun. Breathe in, breathe out. When that emotional shift occurs, immediate financial manifestations will be the evidence of that shift. Breathe in, breathe out. If we can convince you that the path to financial abundance is simply an emotional path, with each hearing of these words, you will breathe out more resistance, and your feelings will improve. Breathe in, breathe out. Your work is not one of action. There are no courses to complete. There are no requirements for you to meet. just a comfortable and gradual rediscovery of your natural state of relief and of ease and of well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are never deprived when someone else gains, because abundance expands proportionately to match desires. Breathe in. Breathe out. When the success of another makes your heart sing, your resistance is gone, and your own success soars. Breathe in. Breathe out. The fastest way to get to an improved financial condition is to look for pleasing things that you already have. For in the seeking and finding of that which is working, more success will come, and it will come quickly. Breathe in. Breathe out. While your life will continue to call more abundance to you, the majority of that work is already done. And now, with far less effort than you have been believing, your financial condition is about to improve. Breathe in. Breathe out. Financial abundance does not occur in one's life because of hard work, or good luck, or favoritism. Financial abundance is simply the universe's response to consistent thoughts and feelings of abundance. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you are able to accomplish the feeling of abundance before the evidence has shown itself to you, the evidence must come and will continue to come as long as you maintain the feeling of abundance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Anytime you are feeling good, no matter the reason, you are accomplishing the feeling of abundance. Breathe in. Breathe out. In your absence of resistance, everything that you have asked for is making its way right to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Each time you focus upon these words, your resistance becomes smaller and your allowance becomes greater. With each passing day, your vibrational point of attraction will change until there will be an obvious tipping point. Breathe in. Breathe out. For a while, the only evidence of your financial progress will be your improved emotional state of being. And if you will let that be enough, taking no score of financial progress, the financial improvement will show up. Breathe in. Breathe out. We are so pleased to have this opportunity to express to you our appreciation for all that you are. We want to let you know that it is our absolute promise to you that the abundance you seek is coming. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. Abundance is flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Oh, that was pretty wonderful. It's the breathing. It's all about the breathing. It's all about remembering to breathe. And we forget. We get back into our old habits. We forget. We have to be aware of what we're doing, what we're thinking at all times, and we have to remind ourselves all the time. And and it's so easy to forget if we don't have someone reminding us all the time. That's why I'm surrounded by all the books that I love, and they're always in front of me, so I'm always being reminded. And I happen to have an amazing partner who reminds me all the time too. We remind each other that this is where we want to be. I love this affirmation for today. You can write it down if you like. Say it out loud. It is with flexibility and ease that I see all sides of an issue. There are endless ways of doing things and seeing things. I am safe. Well, you can use that as an excuse to forget to do all this stuff, Claudia. That's easy to do. Right? Take a screenshot with your, just go print screen and save it in your Paint. You'd have a picture. Yeah, but the truth of the matter, I know you're joking, Claudia, but I'm making a point, right? I got to make a point because the truth of the matter is, I mean, it's great to have this reminder every day. It is, and I'm like I said, I do Morning Motivator for a very selfish reason because it helps me. It reminds me every single day. And for the last, I'm not sure, maybe week, and it's getting stronger every day. This feeling I have inside, and it's almost like anxiety, but it's the opposite of anxiety. It's this inside excitement that it just makes my whole body tingle. I don't know what it is, and I don't know where it's coming from. And it's a little overpowering sometimes and amazing at the same time. And I've just decided to go with it, and I know that if I continue to do the things that I love doing, and I focus on doing the things I love doing, and doing the things that need to be done and love doing them, life is just going to be good. And I need to continue to practice what I preach, because that's what I do. I do what I teach what I do. And I love how my life is turning around. I am so blessed by the people in my life and everything that's happening. We have our sixth sense, yes. We are multi-sensory beings. That's what The Seat of the Soul was all about. And my daughter Tina read the book, The Seat of the Soul. My daughter Brenda now has it, and I know that once she opens it and starts reading it, she'll be fully into it. That was a pretty powerful book. We may read it again as well, because that was a really powerful book, and it really helped me personally understand the connection that I have to my soul. Gloria says, staying present can be a challenge when you're doing the work and begin to see things flowing to you. It is a challenge to stay present, but it's very easy to get into the habits we're used to, is what happened to Claudia. She just got into the habit. Oh, I'm reading up here. Anticipation of great things manifesting on their way to you. That's exactly what it feels like, Claudia, or Gloria. Like anticipation of great things manifesting, like greater than great things. It's phenomenal. Something big this way comes. Good thoughts bear good fruit. I grabbed my book, Day by Day with James Allen. I kind of love this book. It's just got little quotes from As a Man Thinketh. If you go to Morning Motivator, you can get that book for free, As a Man Thinketh. It's at the back of this. We might read it again too, because it's a powerful little study written back in like 1939 or 19 something, really early. Good thoughts bear good fruit. Deborah says, the book allowed me to not take things personal when others are in crisis. The Seed of the Soul, Deborah, is that the one you're referring to? We are so creatures of habits, yeah? Yeah, that's Sixth Sense. Okay, I lost Staying Present. Yeah, I'd love to read it again, The Seed of the Soul. Yeah, I'll get it back. I'll tell Brenda. I'll put Brenda on a mission and tell her that she needs to read the book or get her own copy. Mine is well loved at this point, and we'll get it back. But we have a long way to go yet before we're going to be ready to read The Seed of the Soul. So I'll make sure that it's back before I'm finished this book. Or maybe I'll just buy her a copy. Good thoughts bear good fruit. Quote from As a Man Thinketh. Every thought seed sown or allowed to fall into the mind and to take root there produces its own, blossoming sooner or later into act and bearing its own fruitage of opportunity and circumstance. Good thoughts bear good fruit. Bad thoughts, bad fruit. Isn't that amazing, Deborah, when you get that? And, you know, I remember when I let go, when I finally let go, is when my relationship with my children turned around as well. And my children started to see the changes in me. And they're all really, really proud of me. I've come a long way. I will admit that. I've come a long, long way. And Dawn can tell you that too. I've come a long way. I still have a long way to go, and I'm really looking forward to it, though. My friend Mark Sheeran once posed a very enlightening question to a telephone audience. Are you thinking about what you're thinking about? Read that sentence again and read it carefully. It's not a play on words. Are you thinking about what you're thinking about? Think about that. Most people give very little thought to what occupies their thinking, and even fewer people understand that good thoughts bear good fruit, bad thoughts, bad fruit. Most of us understand the law of sowing and reaping and other aspects of life, but we fail to understand that this same law is just as potent when our thoughts are involved. In June 97, a June 97 story in the Wall Street Journal said that HMOs reported that as much as 70% of all visits to primary care physician are for psychosomatic illness, a disorder that involves both mind and body. 70%. That means 70% of visits to the doctor was for something that was in people's minds, that created a physical symptom in their head. According to Dr. Sobel, a primary care physician and author of highly respected Mind Body Health newsletter, only 16% of people who visit their physician for common maladies like nausea, headache, and stomach upset are diagnosed with a physical organic cause. That means that a whopping 84% are suffering from an illness that originated in thought. That's powerful. These statistics tell us that the majority of people literally think their way to sickness. If you've never trained yourself in right thinking, I challenge you to spend today monitoring and recording your thoughts. If you understand the power of thought in your life, at the end of the day, you won't be surprised at what your life is, where it's at today, be it good or bad. In Make Your Life Worthwhile, Emmett Fox wrote, the more you think about lack, bad times, the worse your business will be. And the more you think of prosperity, abundance, and success, the more of these things will you bring into your life. The more you think about your grievances or the injustices that you have suffered, the more such trials will you continue to receive. And the more you think of the good fortune you've had, the more good fortune will come to you. And that's worth thinking about. Are you thinking about what you're thinking about? So I'm going to challenge you to consciously think about what you're thinking about. Good for you, Claudia. Good for you. Dawn, Deborah says, whoops. Dawn, you would know. We all have, she teaches us what she wants to learn, and that helps us help others as she's changed. I'm grateful for this. Oh, Deborah, you really hit the nail on the head there. You're right. I am teaching what I need to learn, and those that need to learn it as well are here. Isn't that cool? And we're all learning and growing together, and isn't that just absolutely amazing? We're all responsible for what's happening to us. I know that 100%. I know that any lack in my life is because of my thoughts, and the more conscious I am of my thoughts, the more I work to change them. Happy thoughts. That's my new motto. When I recognize myself thinking about something, whether I'm thinking about an ailment, a soreness in my body, whether I'm thinking about something that's, not right somewhere, I just, happy thoughts. Just like that. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Otherwise, I'm just going to create more of this crap that's out there, and we don't want that. So remember this mantra today. It is with flexibility and ease that I see all sides of an issue. As Deborah says, learning to let go of what other people do and realizing it's not about you, it's about them. That's a big thing. You still got to take care of you, set boundaries, all that stuff. There are endless ways of doing things and seeing things. I am safe. Yep, get back to your purpose, not the problems. That's right. Time to get back to our purpose, not our problems. Time to move forward. It's so not about you, what other people do or think or say. It's about them. You know what? And everyone has their own lessons to learn. And at some point, sometimes you have to just back up and say, like we counseled you yesterday, Claudia, you got to get back on your own high-flying disc before you can help anyone else with any challenges they may have. And you don't need to accept bad behavior. That's the end of that one. You don't need to accept bad behavior. Well, we're almost at the top of the hour. You guys have been amazing today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We'll continue our journey tomorrow. We'll be on chapter 10. Tomorrow's Friday. And I think we can read this whole chapter if we're diligent. The 3 steps to whatever you want to be, do, or have. It will be a great way to end up our week and go into our weekend. Dawn and I are heading up to Edmonton to have some fun with our friends, Tammy and Steve. We're pretty excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun to see them. We always have fun. And it just gets even better. We got to see our daughter Cassie last night, and we get to see our daughter Maggie this weekend because she lives in Edmonton, and we're planning to get together with her. And we just had a surprise that Dawn's sister Kathy is going to be in Edmonton, so we get to see her too. Isn't that awesome? I love how the universe works. It's pretty awesome. I love getting input from all of you guys. Tomorrow, at the end of our meditation, I want to hear from someone, everyone. Deborah, I would love to hear from you. You seem to have a lot to share. I don't know if you have a working microphone. You can click on the settings and see if your microphone works. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about your experience being here at Morning Motivator, how it's affected you, and what you're doing, the things that you're doing to move forward with everything you're doing. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. And anybody else that wants to come up and talk tomorrow, we would love to hear from you. For now, enjoy this video if you have time. Remember to live in the moment, because that's the only place to be. Your job today is to consciously think about the thoughts you're thinking. Make it a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Love you all.